Hi and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're actually going to do another buffet video. I know I said I wasn't going to do buffet videos, not after the last one, because that didn't go too well. However, this has been in the planning for quite a while. What we're going to do, we're going to go to a high-class buffet which is in a hotel, and then we're going to go to a cheaper buffet which is going to be obviously in a cheaper hotel. We're in central London here. Hello. We're in central London here and we're going to the Shakedown. Now, the Shakedown is part of the Dixon Hotel. It's a 4-star hotel. As always, let's give it a go. Actually, I'll give it a go after he stops reversing. Keep going back. Keep going back. That'll do you. Okay. I've done my bit for the community today. Let's give it a go. Okay, so we've come inside. Very, very spacious in here. Nicely laid out. Excellent music. Now onto the menu. Now, it's a buffet breakfast. It's £24. Now, I've just taken a quick glance up there. You've got the hot selection there, which I'm going to try, obviously. You then have a nice range of cereals, lots of different cereals. You've got some granolas up there as well, yogurts. The other thing is they've got the croissants there on the other side with some meat selection and cheeses as well. Oh, and a nice selection of juices as well. Now, the whole thing comes to £24. It does include unlimited tea as well. And don't forget, you can go up as many times as you want. So that's what I'm going to go and do. So I'll see you guys shortly. Now, I know most of you are here sort of to see what the hot breakfast is all about. However, I want to give a sort of a balanced view on everything that's available. So I've got myself some fruit salad here, so just take a look there. Just trying to be a little bit healthy. Now, interestingly enough, I actually like to have a little bit of fruit before I have my breakfast, sort of raising my palate. Do you have yours before or after? Anyhow, I'm going to tuck in. I'll see you guys shortly. I'll have to use this spoon. Okay, so I've got my breakfast there. Just to let you know, I've actually arrived sort of in the middle of the service, so there's everything up there, so it's quite plentiful. The only thing which I've missed off is the mushrooms, for obvious reasons there. And if you take a look here, I've got a couple of sausages, 2 slices of bacon, a hash brown, a bit controversial I know, scrambled eggs, the beans, and half a tomato. Now, what they said was, if you want fried eggs, poached eggs, no problem at all, they'll cook them fresh for me. So I just took what's on the buffet. The other thing I've got to say, that is one very small plate. So it kind of makes makes it look bigger than necessarily than what it actually is. So, right, let's cut into the sausage and see what it tastes like. Okay, my first impressions on the sausages, they look a little bit anemic. I prefer my sausages done a little bit more than that. I mean, that side's okay, but take a look there. Let's cut in and see what it tastes like. So see all the herbs in there. It's actually a really good sausage, and it is well cooked as well, properly cooked. And nice and meaty, good herbs in there as well. The other thing that's interesting is when I went up there, the plates are nice and hot. And I was a bit, again, concerned, obviously with buffet breakfast, that the sausage itself wouldn't be hot, but it was. Okay, now onto the bacon. And again, my first kind of impressions on the bacon, it does look a little bit dried out. A couple of bits about it. Smoky bacon. One, it is a little bit dry, and two, it's a little bit cold. So not good news on the bacon front. Now let's look at the hash brown here. And again, the hash brown, I like my hash browns a little bit crispy. This one's kind of obviously been sitting there a while. Fortunately, the hash brown's cold. And definitely not crispy either. So I think that's been sitting there quite a while. Let's try the scrambled eggs. Just going to put some pepper on it. It's all very, very hush. Salt one way, pepper the other. As I said earlier, you could have any eggs you wanted. Now I really like them. The scrambled eggs themselves, nice and creamy. They're a really good scrambled egg. And nice and hot as well. Do you know what I have done? I put my toast on and I've forgotten to get it. I've forgotten all about it. I imagine the alarms will be going off in a minute. I'll be back in a sec. Right, crisis over. I went up there, nothing was burning down, so no issues there. Got myself some Nutella, some Marmite, a proper combination there, isn't it? And obviously my toast there as well with the butter. It's one of them machines you put the bread in and eventually it kind of toasts it, what have you. And as you can see, one side's toasted, the other side's not particularly well toasted, but hey ho. Now, I can't actually complain now if these beans aren't particularly hot because I obviously had to disappear. So let's just have some beans. Nice beans. Nice tomato content there, but the other thing that's interesting, they're nice and hot. Now my tomato. Take a look there, that's a really juicy tomato. Well, it's really good. You've got to bear in mind, you go backwards and forwards as many times as you like, and fill your plate up, go back and refill again, what have you. But I'm actually quite impressed here what's on the plate. I really, really like them scrambled eggs. And them sausages as well, got a fantastic flavour. Hash browns, not so much at all. In fact, really not good at all. And bacon's a little bit dry, but yeah, overall, I'm not going to complain here too much. It's, yeah, not bad. Okay, see you guys shortly. So onto the toast. Let's get a bit of butter on there. It needs double toasting if you get my impression. Now, one thing I have forgotten is the tea. What I like, it's down to yourself. They provide everything. You know, you've got the milk there, obviously the tea. Now, is that the way you prefer it being served up? In a nice teapot and a nice milk jug. One thing I have now got to do is get a teaspoon, because I use the teaspoon to have my pot here. Dear me, I'll do that in a second. Yeah, not bad. What I'm going to do, what I've done is I've paid my bill and have another little chat outside. Okay, I enjoyed that. Now, I've got to talk about the place first of all. Service was excellent, standards in there, top drawer, and it was an excellent range, real good range. Onto the bill. £24. What I actually did like is the cameraman had a pot of tea and they didn't charge for the pot of tea. And they said, well, it's unlimited tea, so you can have as many as you want. I think that's a nice little touch, to be honest. Now, onwards and upwards. off to the Premier Inn and let's see what their breakfast is all about. Come on then. Okay, so we come to southwest London, and for the value for money breakfast, we're going to the Premier Inn, which is right behind me. Let's say it's one very big building. As always, let's give it a go. Right, so I've got the menu in front of me, breakfast menu, unlimited cooked, $9.99. You're gonna have different eggs, scrambled, fried, poached, boiled, hash browns, back bacon. They've also got vegetarian options here as well. So this isn't bacon, premium sausages, vegan sausages, beans, black pudding, tomato, mushrooms. If you want to just have the unlimited continental, it's only $7.99. And obviously that involves the fruits, the bread and the bakery selection, so croissants, etc, etc. And it's unlimited tea, coffee and juice. Okay, quite interested to try this. Okay, so I've gone up to the buffet area. They have replenished the hot food there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to almost replicate what I had in the first place. So I've got myself the orange juice and I've got myself some fruit salad. Not a huge selection of fruit salad. They've also got cereal there as well. So yeah, I'm just trying to replicate exactly what I had to make it quite fair. Right, I'm going to tuck in. I'll see you guys shortly. Nice orange juice. Okay, now I was actually going to have a cup of tea because I had a pot of tea in the last place, got myself a cappuccino. I just want to show you, they have got an excellent range of different teas here. Just take a look here. We've got the Earl Grey, we've got the decaf, the PG tips, signature taste, and you've even got a raspberry tea. So they've covered all bases there. I think that's pretty good. I will put them back in a second. Now onto the toast. Now this one is actually toasted quite nicely. Put it exactly the same, put it in once, came down. Yeah, that's quite good. Now don't worry, I've got the Nutella and I've got the Marmite. I'm not going to mix them up and what have you, but just to show you, they have got a brilliant range there. And they've got jams and everything else, so yeah, I'm quietly impressed. And spread or butter, yeah, it's all pretty good. Now onto the breakfast. You can take a close up there. So again, I could have had fried eggs if I wanted fried eggs, but I've got scrambled eggs, I've got the beans there, a couple of sausages, a couple of pieces of bacon, hash brown, and of course they had mushrooms as well. So ironically, the range of both exactly the same, and no black pudding either. Let's see what it tastes like. I'm going to start off here by putting some pepper on my scrambled egg. What I did like is when I actually went up first time, there was hardly any stock there, and within sort of 10 minutes, bang, they'd actually replenished it, literally everything, and I think that's really, really good touch. The guy just sort of said, give it 5 minutes or so, and we'll have that sorted out. So thumbs up on that. Cameraman has changed angle a little bit, just so you can get a better view of this. So here's my sausages. First impressions, they look well cooked. Let's see what they are. On the side. Yeah, they're Cumberland sausages as well. There's a Cumberland sausage. Yeah, it's really good. And what is excellent as well, obviously because you've just replenished it, it's really hot. Down to the bacon. The bacon's a little bit, take a look there. It's a little bit dry. That's not the best bacon, and actually, it's cold. Let's try the scrambled egg. That's nice scrambled egg, and it's nice and hot as well. Let's try it with the hash brown. It's ironic. In both places, the hash browns not crispy at all on the outside. You can see that they're not crispy at all. Split them apart. Let's try some of the beans. Let's dive in here. Really nice beans and really hot. So yeah. Okay, overall impressions. It's a bit of deja vu. The bacon in both places a bit dry, and same with the hash browns. Both places have excellent sausages, and the scrambled egg very good. Now, sorry, and the beans are very similar. So yeah, overall impressions very, very similar. Got myself a scrambled egg, but what I decided to do is go up and just show you. I've got a fried egg there. I've put it on my toast. See how it cooked. Oh wow! You've got to bear in mind that's been under the heater as well. So I'm quite impressed. That's a good egg. Okay, I'm gonna crack on. See you shortly. Okay, so I finished my breakfast. Everything cleared away. Came at the end of service there, so yeah, I think they're quite keen to get one out. I want to talk about the breakfast there. It's amazing how very similar they both were, in both shakedown and here the hash browns, they weren't very good. Turned to mush. Now I know a lot of you don't like hash browns on breakfast anyhow, but the hash browns certainly didn't work. And in both places, the bacon dried out as well, and obviously that's the heat lamps there on the bacon, and the fat from the bacon is hardened it all up. What's interesting though is how good both places were for the sausages and for the scrambled egg. There's a thumbs up for that, and the beans were excellent as well. So yeah, as a plate of food, that was not too bad. So a couple of dishes there didn't quite hit the mark. One thing I didn't mention, in both places obviously they had the mushrooms, and the mushrooms did look quite Moorish. Again, nicely presented, and they both look good. I wasn't tempted though, so don't panic. I wasn't tempted. I enjoyed my coffee. The fruit salad was okay. It wasn't a huge selection on the fruit salad. And again, if you wanted croissants, the croissants are there. What I did really like is the range of teas they had. There were 5 different teas there. However, big problem, no Yorkshire tea. And since I've been up to Yorkshire, that's my favourite tea. That's what I have every single time. So I've got to say, and nice range of juices there as well. So, and the orange juice was nice. It was nice in both places, but orange juice was nice as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here. They're obviously clearing up, and it's getting a little bit noisy. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts downstairs. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've come outside for my final thoughts. Now, that's one big hotel behind me actually. Didn't realise it was that big. Now, you've got to bear in mind, I have filmed this on 2 separate days. So I went to Shakedown one day, and I've come to the Premier Inn on a second day, and I think that's important because it gives a balanced view. Now, it's very, very strange because on the actual main breakfast itself, the components that were good on both breakfasts were identical, and the components that were bad on both breakfasts were identical as well. They are 2 completely different styles of operation, completely different. One's very high end, and its range that it's got there is very, very extensive. You've got the likes of cheeses, meats, and it is very, very extensive and high in quality as well. However, when you're actually looking at the breakfast itself, they are borderline identical. And you've got to bear in mind there is quite a price differential there as well. How can I say this? Yeah, one is certainly higher end than the other in regards to sort of presentation and the way it looks, but is it that much higher? So on to the bills. The shakedown at the Dixon was £24, And the Premier Inn, at the Premier Inn, was £9.99. Now, is it £14 and a penny better, the shakedown? I did enjoy myself there. You know, I thought it was very, very pleasant. I really liked the surroundings, very, very relaxed. Now, if you like your cheeses and your salmon and what have you, then yeah, I can understand why you'd actually choose a shakedown. But you know, are you going to breakfast for the sort of relaxed atmosphere and that kind of style? I'm not convinced you do. From my end, you can come into the Premier Inn, and this is what I actually do like. You can do it to both places, but value for money wise, you can come in, you can have sort of 4 sausages, 3 pieces of bacon, 24 eggs, whatever you actually want on the plate. And it's kind of all in as well, because don't forget, you can get your tea, your coffee, your toast, it's all there. And that's actually £9.99, cheaper than most cafes, because don't forget, you can get as much as you want. I really enjoyed both places. I've got to be fair here. I did like the shakedown. I liked the atmosphere. I was very, very relaxed there. But is it 2.5 times better? No. No. On this occasion, I'm going to go for the Premier Inn, mainly because of the value for money. And there was hardly any difference whatsoever in both breakfasts. You know, as I said earlier, what was good on both, and what was not so good was not so good on both. Now, I'd really like to hear your comments. Which one would you go for? If you like and subscribe to the channel, you know, I always appreciate that. And until next time, bye-bye.